Good day, welcome to Martinez Design. In the tutorial of our Revit in Lekki style bedroom development, which is 5 bedroom. So in this project, as we have started in the previous one, we were able to create this ground floor. Today we want to detail it and create the first floor. So we want to create the first floor for this project. And if this is your first time of joining our channel, kindly like and subscribe. Show your happiness by putting us a comment and let us know and appreciate you for the work you have been doing with us. So we move on from this stage. Now, I want to make some adjustments a little bit. So like I need to have opening here. You click here, you get opening at this point. That is supposed to open outside. So there's another one, that is the door. You have it at that point. So that is the exit. Now here in this place you have your door under the grid. So in construction this may not be realistic because at some point you may want to have a column at this place. So what you need to do, you must always allow your door to be aligned with the grid system. So that we're using our wall as a align references. So we put that, and that is the reference of it. So if anytime they are creating column at this place, it's going to be accepted and comfortably stay. So we are adjusting this place, move it on. Now I want to make this a U shape. So I'm clicking this at the middle of this chair and just mirror it. So how do you save level? So let me bring some templates into this and let's fix some of these things. So click on template. So the first thing I do is to search for, I will browse around and see what I need and what I need most to do. So I'm having challenges with what to select. Now I want to select my kitchen. So I'm having this into a position of kitchen before I detail the kitchen out. So now I'm going to select, then the next thing I'm going to pick should be what should that be? So I think I need to have my TV stand, which is necessary. TV stand, okay, entertainment, click this. So you can have this one at the junction. So you're done with this now. The next thing is that I want to put the names and everything. So let me flip this one, let it open inside. Good. So flipping now create the annotate, say fill region. So select the area to hatch. So you must hatch this particular place, and then let them be hatched in this way. Since you are having at this side as well, you can do the same thing, so that by the time you are changing the property, you're going to change them immediately at once. So as you're done with that, you can click finish and see what you've done. So select this door and flip it, that will open it inside. So this one now you change the property by saying edit type. So when you edit the type, then you come to foreground pattern. If you are using the latest version of this, so foreground pattern, you click and then you select. You can use model if you feel that it's modeling you want to use. So you're going to use 100 mm square. So I'm choosing that. So this is it. So it's okay for me. So I want to change the override graphics so by elements, because I don't want category. So you can decide to use halftone. So apply the halftone and see, can you see? So it's going to represent faintly, and you can decide to change the color yourself by most of this by adjusting it. Just pick black and then you pick it up to the way it suits you. Adjust to it look more fainted and more. So by the time you are printing, you see what you need to do. So now annotate it. Let's bring text into this place. So I'm calling this one living room. Good. So the same thing here, private room. Good. Then here I'm calling it dining. So I'm calling this place kitchen. So now the kitchen, I'm going to detail it a little bit. So we watch towards it, and I'll call this one guest room. Can guest or maid room. Just call it guest room. So let it be like that. Then this one is until. So that is it. Now the visitor's toilet. So visitor toilet. So that is it. So I think the function of each space now, this is store. So this is the guest toilet for this. So I want to change. I don't like this font. I want to change the font now. So you don't need to edit or eliminate. So just leave it now for now, because that is the main thing you are using on this line. So you click like that and say any one of them. Just edit this type. So I'm going to change the fonts. So I have the font that I used to use in Techniques. This will be my usual. So if you don't have it, you can go online, download this on your computer, and be making use of. So I like the font. It looks simple, and because of the nature of his cap style that he have, so it used to be. So I prefer this more. So that is why you always see most of my design. This is what I used to use. So if you want to copy it, you see the name, you can just type on internet and download this style. Now we're done with this. Now I want to do. So I've not done. Now let me do this one by placing it here. This is a veranda of Victories. So I'm using this one as a transport. So you can break it down. So the way you work with Microsoft, you can work with this one as well. It's not matter. So you double click on this. Then you call this one terrace. So I'm not going to write it for you because there's no extension for that. So terrace. So continue with that. So now I want to put windows and everything. So now I want to use simple window and straight up windows I want to create in this place. So I'm not going to be using. So I'm using architecture. Then click on a window. And this window, this is particular I want to use. I'm changing now. Call it duplicate. So just want to call it long casement. Good. So I'm using that as representation. So change it. So my height is going to be 1650, or let me use 1700. So special. So leave it at 600 for that. So the seal height and everything, you click on that and you change this one from this one to 21. And it's okay. So from there you start putting window where the window is supposed to be. So I'm using double one after the other. So we're going to do the same thing here. Do the same thing there. So anywhere you see the space, I want to have it to have 200 in between interval. So click that and say 200. So press enter. Good. So as you have this one, now you can decide to click, and then you say group them together. So say window group. So you say okay. So you select this one and say create. So definitely it will be create for you. So you'll be able to move them to any area you want to move them to. So create, and then you do like that. So that's how you continue. So anywhere you have them, you continue. It should be easy for you to continue using continuously. So click again, then click, and then you continue to make use of. Click. So I'm having two in this area. So I've made it an element, so it's definitely going around. So do that again and put it here. So we done with that. Now for the kitchen, I may not use this type because for this I'm going to use different style as well. So let us develop this one at the front. So I'm not going to use normal window on that level. So click on window. Let's finish the window part. Then say choose the next one, which is what this particular one. Then duplicate it and name it to something like 600 square. 600 square. So that then you change this one 600 to 600. Say okay. So the height, the bed height 21 is the same way. So you go to the window side. So take this to this side, and this one you use it here as well. So for the kitchen aspect, you can do this by clicking here, then you change this later if you don't want this kitchen the way it is. So I'll just like, let me adjust this one to the middle and say edit, duplicate for kitchen window. So click like that. So change this one, change the height to something like 1200, then the width to something like then leave the width in that level. So we are going to make it a double square because I just want a very. So click this one and change it to 21. Then here you mirror this, or you copy. You can do that and then say copy to this point. So this is what we have in that window, and that is it. Now let us quickly adjust a little bit about the kitchen. Go to annotate. So it just is a preference to make the kitchen look more different. So now we are having U-shaped kitchen at this level. So for you is, so you nominate that for your design, and that is it. So click here and then align. So you see that, do the same thing here. So that is it. That is your kitchen for you. So this dimension will represent something that you need to work on and things like that. So we're having this in this place, we're having this. So we dominated that level. So what we want to quickly do now, since this one is already there for you, so you know how to get the dimension by the grid, you can just apply this in position and things like that. So you do that and you get your position right. So these are the things you have done. Simple but fantastic. So we want to develop the first floor. So click the first floor. Now when we are developing the first floor, we consider the position of stair. So where the position of stair will be, we determine that with the first floor activity. So we work on that one and see what we are going to do. So click on this, our first floor. So now we use the traces of this to get this done. So how do we do that? The first floor is going to cantilever like a 500 because it's not going to be straight up. So we are starting this with click on the wall and select. So from here now, what you do is that you start the traces, pick a grid line, or you decide to pick a by wall. There are two ways to do that. So the wall is not here because of it's not feasible. So I'm not going to use that one again. So I'm deleting this. I want to trace it out one after the other. So delete. So click on this wall and trace it out from grid to grid. So you first box it out like we're having that. So you continue. I think that one is not supposed to close. So we're having this. So I want to say save. So I want to extend the cantilever first before I progress. So the first thing I need to do is that you click on modify and say extend. So take this one to 500, then without copy, then you push it out. You push this one out. So that is what you need to have. So as I've done with this animation, I think for the only this side is regular. So you can now decide to now break them into various level and various activities so they'll be able to design the upper floor. So click here and then create this, so everything you are creating should always rely on your grid, so that will give your construction a conscience of clarity. So that's why I'm doing this. So I'm doing this one, creating them after the other. So what I've done there, I'm going to remove this one, then take this guy to meet up with this. So I think I've done with that. So here I'm going to have cantilever for this this toilet too, because of the design I'm bringing from the elevation. So click here and say close it up. So join them together. So as I've done with this one now, the next thing is that I want to be creating them into space and have them program one after the other. So here is going to be a master bedroom. This is one room, this is another. So the position of staircase I'm going to have it is that they enter from living room downstairs, come up. So that is what I want to do. So but I'm not going to do that in this tutorial, so I'm going to leave the space down. So adjust this place now. So this is going to be like a lobby for the upper floor. You get what I'm saying? So you can close it back. Now, so what we'll do here is that bring the openings, the doors into this space. So what do? You click on this door, then you start giving them two spaces. So the door one will be somewhere around this. This is the place that the door will be. Now I want to let you know that this mystery I want to use it for closet. So break it into two. You know, at the ground floor is anti-room. So because I want to use specific type of window, a long form of window to represent the elevation, so I want to do this. So I'm done with this. So the next thing is that this is going to be master room. This is going to be the way it is at the ground floor. The balcony is going to be represented at that place. So click on door, check again, pick this door, and then let it be there in this place as well. So now the next thing is that I want to adjust all this one to suit the room. So click on this. So this is the room. So I want to have something like, click this, and I'm having okay, let me just say the room goes like this. Then I'm having at the part of it. That's what I'm having. So the next one is that I will create since it's using the same grid of this measure, so I'm taking this one down. So here I'm going to have another toilet for this box, for this bathroom and this junction. So the next thing I do is that I am creating another. This is going to be toilet for this bedroom. So I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. With the one at the ground floor, so making 5. So I'm having my 5 bedroom complete at this situation. So this is master bedroom, this one will be mother's bedroom, and this one belong to the children or whatsoever that's there. So how do I adjust all this thing to suit the space that I've already created? So what I do is that we break this into 2, because those who need to be accessible. So click here and then select this, then take it down to this point. So you start by bringing the doors, click and say door. So using this door, single one. So then start putting the door where the door is supposed to be. So that door will help you to rotate your design perfectly. So you send that and you align them to the wall. So that is for the room. Click this one and say you have it here as well. Good. So as you are done with that, click this again and bring this here. You don't bring it here because the staircase is coming, so you bring it here, then align. So I'm confusing by graphics of what I'm seeing below, so I want to do what, how to remove that graphics below. So click on this underlay and say no. So let them, I don't want to see them, they're confusing my view, so that's why I'm doing this. So you click this, and then I think we are already done with some of this. So click another one, say door. This time around, pick the LED door, then pick them and then start putting them where it's supposed to be. So this one for the toilet, this one is going to be here, and this one is going to be here. So I think we are through. So what we do next is that to bring more components like this, and you say your bed. If you have a bed to use here, so let's use this queen bed. So here we are putting this bed in this space. So many other things we are going to create for the purpose. So you are putting this one. Let's put it here. Good. Do the same thing here too. Good. So repeat it here. So all these things you have created, they have no attachment to the ground floor. So what we do is that you create your ground floor slab. So you create your slab here. So by clicking here and say just rectangular from here to this place. So adjust this, align it, then pick this to finish it up. So then trim everything in this place. Good. So that is what you have, and click finish. So that is it. So here now you can go down here and copy this annotate and bring it up. So copy the clipboard, come up here and say to paste, align to the current view. So you extend this one, adjust this and extend this to the front while you edit it and delete the one at the back. So click finish, it's not needed again. So remember the graphics you use, that's just go there and save the graphics by element. So half tone, then select pattern if you like, that's what you need. So click. So that is it. So you have this in place, and that is what you need to get. So we are done with all these ones in this place now. So what we need next is that you copy or you bring most of what you need to have here. So just click on this data and you start typing. See, this is master bedroom. Good. This is madam bedroom. Good. So this one is bedroom, just now bedroom 1 or bedroom 3, sorry, bedroom 3, and this one will be bedroom 4. So you are done with the space program. Remember the way we did this. So we use grid to create this position of rooms. So if you want to still check whether this room is not enough or the toilet are too big, you can use this to adjust a whole lot of things. So like what we want to do here now, like this, all these ones are too, since it's long, so the breadth is too much for me, so I'm using 1.1 meter, that's 11 millimeter, 11,000 1100 millimeter. So that's what I've tried to use here. So because they are long, so they don't need to take a long, so that's what I do here. Then here now you have already created all these things. So what we do is that you have door here. Let your door is somewhere here. So that is what you have created, and that is what we have nominated. So this is what we do here, and this is what you have done. So anytime you're having issue with your something, just click on this grid and then it's done. Or if you want to select the whole grid at once, you can just pick up preferences and say entire. So pick options and select grid and say okay. So by the time you pick wall, the whole grid is going to select for you. Here what we do here now. So that is how you do, and it will work perfectly. So that is the essence of what you are doing, and that is the beauty of what we are designing here. So in the next journey, we are going to design the further elements and put them in place. So thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe.